Now that you know some of the basic principles of animal behavior, we want to talk about how that might affect a population. And when we start talking about populations, we actually start to focus much more on the ecological aspects of biology. And so basically when we look at ecology, it's just simply the study of living things and how they interact with their environment. So what we want to know is, how does the environment, how does nature change the way an animal behaves and why? So if an animal is searching for food, if an animal is searching for habitat, how does the environment play a role in that? As a science, we look at this as simply a way to collect information on natural systems. Often this is going to require field observations of some sort, but anymore that's really extended into lab-controlled experiments, and then really taking those lab experiments and seeing whether or not you can model what's going on in the environment. And it's this endless circle really of how things interact and trying to understand how these organisms are responding to their environment. So when we talk populations, really what we're concerned about is population size and how those populations change over time. So this is really a numbers game, right? So we want to see if populations increase through birth, immigration, or population movements, and so on, and if they decrease, so through death or emigration, individuals leaving an area. So when we focus on an entire population, and a population is all one species. So if we have our green frog here as one individual, his population is all of the green frogs in a geographical area. You have to put some sort of constraint on this. Typically what we look at is it's constrained by the individuals interacting with one another. If they don't interact, we don't think about them as being the same population. A community takes many populations, so many groups of species, and adds that layer of complexity of interactions between the species. If we add ecosystems, if we talk about an ecosystem level, so that is, when we look at it, a community, so all of the species in an area, plus the environment. So we talk about this as being biotic, the living, and the abiotic components of an area. So these ecosystems could be a basic field, they could be anywhere up to, say, an entire continent, depending on what you really want to look at. Now, this is all going to be scaled based on the organism you're interested in. You are certainly not going to look at every ant on the continent of North America, right? So you have to think about this realistically when you talk populations. Finally, we put every ecosystem on Earth together, and we get what we call a biosphere. So biosphere is another name for Earth. It includes all ecosystems on our planet.